Hey everybody, my name's Raul A. Urreola, and I'm a director slash filmmaker. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this. It's pretty exciting. What I'm doing is a director's commentary for the short film I did. It's called Choices. We had a budget of about $3,000, and what we'll do now is I'll play the film for you guys, and I'll just give my commentary as the film goes along. It's the first time I've ever done this, so please forgive me if it's not perfect. But yeah, I mean, I hope you guys like the film. Yeah, so let's get started. So choices, here we go. All right, so everything was shot on, so everybody asks, it's shot on the Red Epic with the CP2s, Zeiss CP2s, a 35 millimeter and a 50 millimeter. This There's Shelby walking into the bathroom. We rented a hotel in downtown San Diego, and with the Shelby, the actress in current frame or whatever, really fantastic. Her name is Shelby Monaghan, and really great to work with. She was a blast to have on set. So the story of Choices is kind of like a girl's descent into the party life and to a lifestyle that she doesn't necessarily agree with. So it's kind of like a dark moment in this character's story. So yeah, uh, we tried to light. We didn't have a budget for lights, so we didn't light anything. We just used as much of the natural light around us as we could. You know, and when you don't have any money, you just try to do the best you can with what you got. So in the interior of the car here, um, I told the actors to get as close to the light, the mirror light as they could, so that they get a good light on their face and turn on all the lights in the car. Um, yeah, we had one we had one Kino Flow 4 bank that we used to light the exterior of the house because it was pretty dark. But aside from that, we didn't really have a whole lot. Um, Yeah, I mean, most of the money went to feeding the cast and the crew. That's most important, I think, and renting the camera and the lens. I think any film that has a certain amount of leeway, you try to do as much as you can with whatever you got. I'll shout out to Just Start Dead for their music here. It's freaking amazing, and I wouldn't be who I am without them. You know, the script itself doesn't have any dialogue, so we have to focus on the actors' performances the majority of the film. For them to carry the story. But it's not just about that; it's also about the music. So those two in combination really allows you to get into the environment. Like for this hallway scene, she's confused, she's at a party, she's inexperienced, but so everything has to show on her face, and that's what we worked on together. There's no lights here. I have the Kino in the corner, kind of looks like trying to illuminate everything, but everything's just like a nice glow coming down the actors' faces. It's an extreme color grade, and I've learned as much as I can about color grading, but it's not perfect. Obviously, it's because I don't know everything. I'm not a professional colorist, but I do what I can with what I have. I think it's more about executing the art than the perfection of the art itself. I've always been an advocate of that. Um, so as we see the characters kind of like overwhelmed by the situation she's in, you know. And a lot of the times when you're in environments like this, you just have to let things happen. Like the light on her face, it looks great to me. I mean, obviously there's always something you can improve on, but ultimately, it's what's on the camera, what's in the story, what you put and give to the audience. So, yeah, just I was literally just with the camera on the tripod, just pulling focus with one hand and the other hand, making the camera moves. That's Ryan McNulty. He's a great actor, young actor. It's really fantastic working with him. Yeah, producer Sion, to be perfectly honest, right in my office. Downstairs. It's not even nighttime; it's daytime, but it's graded to kind of look like night as best I could. And then just got in the back seat of the car with the red, you know, to get the shots, and we have lights, fluorescent lights in the garage, so and just point the camera facing outwards and park directly underneath fluorescents to help light the actors. I could have graded it so it's a little more bright, but I just felt that this was very natural feeling. And we didn't have extension cords long enough to get out to bring the Kino Flow out there if we could. So it's for filmmaking when you have no money, which I don't have any money. You just got to try to do the best with what you can. So performance wise, focus on the performances here. This girl is clearly being tempted by the party life, I guess you could say, and like as you can see, she's much different from the first party to this party now. Yeah, the Kino flow is just facing the ceiling, trying to let it glow out, as best we can. I'm holding just a giant heavy rig because we couldn't afford to rent anything else. We have $3,000. You got to feed everybody, and I'll take a hot meal over, a good, gear and things like that. Shout out to the crew that did show up. The few of them that did. You know, without them, I wouldn't be able to do this. That's Daria, Mona Fey. She's a really great actress. And of course, like this whole film is really just focused. Like what's going on. Even it's just the music that's really carrying this film. I can't take any of the credit. It's the music, it's the acting that carries the film. So, I really want to shout out to those guys for what they did. This is I have a Sony A7S II, so I just put it in a $100 Amazon bag, waterproof bag, sealed it up, put it under the water, push the lens so you can kind of see the plastic part around it. But like that's all I had. We only had 3 of these breakable bottles, and they didn't really work. So, oh yeah. So that's me just literally lifting the bag out with her. You know, I'm preferential to extreme grades. I know I'm not a colorist, but that's why, I don't, I know as much as I can about coloring. I'm not a professional, but like I felt that this was the most realistic feeling in terms of executing a grade on a film. You know, obviously you can tell like don't have enough bandwidth for good badges, so. But I mean, it conveys. All you do is you try to. For me, like you just try to do the best you can with what you have, and I was grateful, you know, to have that. Um, yeah, we're back in the interior of the bathroom. She's wearing a bikini, obviously, under there. I mean, it's just simple mascara. Just wet it, and let it kind of sit for the crying stuff. And I'm just holding the camera for these shots right here. Yeah, you know, uh, music really does a great job of carrying the film. Um, she's looking at her tattoos now because not her tattoos, the scar from the cut. Just like, is this the life I want? And I think all of us have kind of had a moment of like of regret or kind of like, are we sure we want to continue down this path? So that's why I had her break the fourth wall here. Kind of be like, it is a story about us, about our choices. It's a short film. It's pretty cool. Idina Hernandez, she was the main producer, executive producer, and she also came up with the story. She didn't write the script. That was one of my producing friends, Jiren Hall, who wrote the script. I got a shot of Daria coming down the hallway, and I was like, man, this is really cool. Like I gotta add it as the credits roll or whatever, just to kind of like, you get so many points. I feel in a film, and I feel like if you can try to squeeze, even though you don't have any money, if you try to really squeeze as much points out of something as you can, like good acting, good music, you can at least get to a decent score film. So even though it's no money and you don't have a lot of resources, you can that doesn't mean it has to be a bad film or be a shitty presented film. You can still make something, I like to think, at least remotely decent, or at least that entertains the audience. That's all we can hope for. You know. But big shout out to everybody who participated in making this choices or whatever. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I've got a couple of other films on the way. I'll be releasing my feature film Carbon online here pretty soon, and another one, Night Hunter. So hope you guys come back for that and check out some of my video portraits. But that's it, choices. So thanks everybody for watching, and until the next one.